Hello and welcome to Finesse Kitchen. Today we are going to learn how to make heart-shaped French macarons with a dark chocolate ganache and raspberry jam filling. Let's get baking. Start by preparing 6 ounces of almond flour, 8 ounces of powdered sugar, 4.5 ounces of granulated sugar, and 5 ounces of egg whites. Place your 5 ounces of egg whites into your mixing bowl with the whisk attachment. We are now going to place this into the mixer and start the egg whites on a medium speed. In the meantime, we are going to sift together our powdered sugar and our almond flour. You want to make sure to use a flat, fine sifter so it will be easier to get all of the mixture through into our large mixing bowl. And if you have any chunks of almond flour that are still left in the strainer, just throw those away and don't pour them into your mixture so that it's nice and smooth. For our dark chocolate ganache, we're going to measure 8 ounces of dark chocolate and 4 ounces of heavy cream. Bring a pan of water to a boil, and once it is fully boiling, turn off the heat and set your bowl of chocolate on top to slowly melt. Place your heavy cream into the microwave for 30 seconds. We do not need to boil it, just warm it so the chocolate does not seize. Now that our egg whites are at a medium stiff peak, we can just turn the mixer down one speed and add all of the sugar at once. This is also the point where you can add your food color. The amount that you add is completely up to you. Now we are going to mix for 3 minutes for the sugar to dissolve. Now that our chocolate is completely melted, we can pour our warmed heavy cream in all at once and gently whisk together until it is combined and thick. Set it aside until we are ready to use it. After we have added our sugar and mixed for 3 minutes, we can now stop the mixer and remove the bowl. We are now going to take about 1/3 of the egg whites and just start to fold them into the dry ingredients to temper them and kind of get everybody used to each other before adding all of the rest of the egg whites. Make sure when you start with that first third of egg whites, you only fold about 10 times just to start to break down the egg whites, but don't mix this into a paste before you add all the rest of the egg whites. Now our mixture is loose, shiny, and ready to pipe. With a plain circle tip in the pastry bag, we can now start to fill the pastry bag with our macaron batter and begin to pipe. To pipe the heart shape, you want to start with a small circle and then drag down, then move to the opposite side and do the same thing and connect the two together. Just know the batter will form and run into each other, so if there's that little gap in between, that's completely fine. Once our macarons are completely piped, we're going to set them aside and let them rest for about 30 minutes until they form a skin on top. Once the skin has been formed, we can place these into the oven at 300 degrees for about 14 minutes. Once your macarons are baked and cooled, you can peel them from the parchment paper and find their matching heart. Fill the pastry bag with a small plain tip and the ganache that we had just set aside from earlier. We're now going to pipe little Hershey Kiss-like blobs all the way around the outside. Then we're going to put raspberry jam in the center. Then when we squish, you'll be able to see all the little circles all the way around the heart. Gently squish the top macaron shell onto the ganache so it will stick. Now your heart macarons are set and ready to enjoy. Thank you for joining us today and learning to make heart-shaped chocolate and raspberry French macarons. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Happy baking!